Hey everyone, it's time to crack more CGC, PGX, and CBS cases. Let's get started on it. What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Cracking Wednesdays. It is time to do another book that we're going to crack out of the case. We're going to press it, we're going to clean it, and we're going to resubmit it and hope we get ourselves a phenomenal grade bump. This week, we are doing a 9.2 White Pages PGX 9.2 Secret Wars number 8. Now, I will be honest, last week's PGX book was pretty clean. This one looks pretty clean as well. The reason why I'm really doing the PGX books is to be able to cross-determine what exactly a PGX grade is compared to a CGC grade. So, again, there's been a lot of talk as far as a PGX book being graded more generously than a CGC book. So that's really the focus on these books. The Daredevil was pretty clean, and I think it has a really good, strong possibility of still coming back a near mint. But that's once it hits the CGC God's hands. It's out of my control. But you know the routine. We're going to flip the camera around and we are going to crack this book open and see if we see any pressable or cleaning defects that could potentially get us a better grade. So hang tight. Okay, so now I went ahead and I flipped the camera around for you guys. Last week, if you were watching, the PGX case was extremely easy to crack open. Again, Gary did an episode similar to this a couple months ago to where he cracked open a CGC or the PGX cases, and he did it with his bare hands. So I don't need to do time lapse or anything, but I'm going to show you guys pretty much how I did it. If you kind of up at the top, let me move my microphone over a little bit so you guys can hear me a little bit better as I move. So up at the top is like super tight. There's some corner pins here, and of course here and here. Okay, so trying to get in here and here is like impossible all the way around. I mean, it is snug. However, if you go halfway down the case to right here, I mean, I'm already in the book. Like, I'm already in it, see? And that's on both sides. That's how easy it is to be able to crack these cases open. You know, I mean, I will say it's a pretty hard case. It's a pretty durable case. But, I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot to, you know, crack it open. That's it. So, no time lapse needed on the PGX books, of course. So, we'll kick those off to the side. And it does look like this has now that it's out. And it's interesting, too, because this plastic, real quick, this plastic is, to me, seems a little bit thicker than the CGC plastic. So when I eyeball the PGX books, I don't really tell, I can't really notice anything until I have it completely out of its actual case. Because now I can tell just in this that there's a pretty mean spine roll to this thing. I mean, all in all, this is a really clean copy of Secret Wars number 8. But there's just a really bad spine roll to it. I don't see any spine ticks. Oh, maybe I see one or two. Maybe I see a couple. But all in all, I still think this has a potential of being a near mint book once it comes back from CGC. I will be kind of surprised if it comes back a 9.0, well, lesser than a 9.0. So if it comes back an 8.5 or 8.0, I'll be pretty shocked on that result. So again, pretty easy. We're going to take these guys. I'm going to try contacting PGX to see if there's any sort of census that we need to update, so we can update census and everything else. But let's go ahead and slide the Secret Wars number 8 out of its casing. Oh man, I didn't cut it down all the way. I didn't cut it low enough. That's a first. Let's see here. I wonder if it's the actual, that's weird. Interesting. Okay. See, now that we do it. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now let's slide it out ever so gently. And we're out. So let me see a couple things real quick. just real quick. Oh yeah, pretty mean spine roll, a couple spine ticks. I don't know if they're color breaking though. Let's see. So you guys are Libertine. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna flip the camera around and give you guys a view of all the actual pressable defects that I'm seeing in this book. So hang tight. Okay, so now I went ahead and I flipped the book around. I'm gonna show you guys some of the pressable defects. You guys can see the spine roll. That's right there. Pretty gnarly, pretty mean spine roll. Just a couple other pressable defects within the book itself. Down at the bottom, there's little waves. You can kind of see it right there. In between the legs, there's a couple waves there. But mainly what I'm seeing on the front part of this book, oh, there's some right down the side too. Mainly what I'm seeing is just that spine roll. And then when I flip the book over, you'll be able to see the spine ticks, I think a little bit better on the back side of it than you will on the front side of it. There's not very many. You see a little wavage right there. But all in all, again, a pretty clean book. All in all, will I say this book was pressed prior to it? No, I don't think it was pressed prior to it, but I do think it was stored and kept very well. But if you guys can kind of see the actual, I don't know if it'll be able, the ticks are so small, you can kind of see them a little bit right there. But a lot of pressable defects. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to press this book, and then I'm going to show you the end result. So hang tight.
Okay, so here we are after the press, and I gotta be honest with you guys, something happened to this book that I wasn't expecting. So I'm gonna show you guys right now, and you'll see it immediately. Check that out. I'm not quite sure what that is or how that happened. All my setup, all my equipment was completely clean. Everything was brand new. I mean, besides that, the book looks phenomenal, but I have no idea what is that. It looks like it's some sort of wax, and I'll go back to it in a minute. It looks like it's some sort of wax, but besides that, I mean, the book is just peachy. I mean, it looks amazing. So, I'm not quite sure how that happened. I think there was something on the book itself that I completely missed. Um, yeah, so I have no idea. But this book is still going to get sent back into CGC. Obviously, it's not going to be a genuine crossover grade. Um, so that's a little disappointing, but we're gonna find out together if something like that, how bad it affects the grade. So we're gonna take advantage of this opportunity to see how CGC grades something like this. So again, I have no idea how that happened. It, I don't know. I don't know. I guess that's the risk you run when pressing books. Luckily, this is one of my books. So yeah. So that's gonna be that book. I'm gonna close out for you guys, but I've already made the closeout video. So whatever I say, I had no idea that this was going to happen. So that video was shot a day prior. So yeah. So just enjoy the closeout video.
Okay, so now I have the camera flip back around, and we're going to close out this week of Kraken Wednesday. So we did the Secret Wars #8, the first black suit, or first, what is the first appearance of the alien symbiote later becomes Venom. Super clean. We all saw the pressable defects before and after. So I think this book has a pretty good chance of coming back a near mint 9.0 or better, in my opinion. Again, I would be shocked if it came back an 8.5 or an 8.0. Extremely shocked, but I've been shocked before. So if you're new to my channel, thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and like the video. Again, it is absolutely free. It doesn't ask you for a credit card, your PayPal information, Venmo, or Zelle. It doesn't ask you for any of that. It is 100% absolutely free. And you get to see some awesome kick-ass content and win some free books and giveaways as well. So please leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you guys think about Kraken Wednesdays and the opportunity and potential that maybe that this book has. So that's going to be everything that I have for you guys. So you know how it goes. Let's keep it wild. Let's keep it fun. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy.